In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast. Hello, Chadwick.
Hey, Frank. How we doing?
I'm good. I am still working through. You know what? If you paid attention, ever, or specifically last episode, I was drinking some Bush Light. I'm still working through the Bush Light.
Okay, good.
I did not shout out though. Do you see on here? You see this bass? There's like a largemouth bass,
It looks like a largemouth, yeah.
collector's edition can.
Ooh.
That's right.
Different
Right.
species of fish on those
Heard it here
bad boys?
first. Yeah.
Mm.
The 30 pack. I thought it was like the collector's edition. I thought it gave me like an assortment. No, I only get it's 30 big mouth Billy Bass cans, but apparently there's like multiple other varietals, if you will,
Okay.
species. But you got so if I wanted to collect them all,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I would have to purchase roughly 120 Bush Lights.
What are you waiting for, bro?
I don't know. I don't
Come
know.
on.
So that is what I'm up to. I don't know if this is peak Bush Light, but it might be the collector's edition Bass can. How about you? Are you into peak anything?
Miller Lite is peak garage water, which I've always celebrated.
Fair.
Dude, those cans would be something fucking killer up to camp, as we'd say back home, 50 years from now, to have the whole lineup of all the different species and whatnot. That'd be kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, but you'd have to
kitties out.
struggle to not shoot them with some like low caliber
Oh
rifle
no,
of
they
some sort.
they still look great.
Yeah, bullet hole clad. Boy, peak. We're talking peak camping material, peak Bush Light. Do you want to talk peak Volvo? With an O at the end, not an A.
Damn.
And just like what we like Volvos
We do.
and
Yeah.
without the O. But like, do you like there's a like it's a very varied brand,
Uh-huh.
right? There's early stuff is way different than like middle Volvo stuff, which is much different than 2000 stuff, which is much different than current
Yeah.
Volvo products. Which you famously own a current,
Mhm.
nearly current Volvo product.
Yeah. Still a modern model. It still looks
Yeah.
exactly the same as the last
Sure.
iteration of that model. And I've also owned a selective history of Volvos too. But
Yes, I've owned a few.
I'm curious. I think the last time we did a peak episode, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was Mitsubishi, which we both kind of landed on the same date.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this one to see
Yes.
where we go, because it could go either way. And
Yeah, we have not compared notes here. We're doing this in real time, and what's interesting is my heart
Mhm.
wants to come to one conclusion, but my brain has come to a different conclusion, and I'm
Ooh.
curious where you believe, and this is
Uh-huh.
a different. It's hard. You and I purposely have not discussed how we are judging or adjudicating what quote unquote peak is,
Right.
right? It was easy with Mitsubishi because when they were at their best was when they were like their brand felt the most cohesive, and the most Mitsubishi
Mm-hmm.
was also happened to be about the same time they were making the most products and the best products. I don't know that that's the case here. So I'm curious. Like I'm like I think I think peak Volvo is separate from what, for me anyways, what I think and feel like is the most Volvo ever has been. If that makes sense.
That's fair, but I think peak would be. I think how we kind of did Mitsubishi was their most, also their most like fiscally successful
Sure.
time period, right? So I kind of baked that in. I baked into what formed the company, and then
Yeah.
I took into like chronological things leading up to that, and then post
Yeah.
that, like what did the company go through? How important was this time era?
Yeah. No, I think that's right. I think it's very much a combination of vibes,
Oh,
economic success,
Okay.
um, general lineup, um, cool factor. Like all of this, I think is all kind of tied into how you or I end up defining what peak is.
Do you
So
do you want to do it
I
again?
want you to go first.
Do you want to do? But last time we did the countdown, the 3, 2, 1,
Oh, okay.
shoot a year,
Sure.
and we'll see if we say something different.
Yeah. So let's go like rock, paper, scissors for like three, two, one, shoot. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
Three,
Three,
two,
two,
one.
one. 2006.
2005. We're right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're right there. And I think honestly, I think effectively the lineups were the same. I don't know that there's
There were a
a
couple.
big
There's a couple big ones. That's why I went with '06.
okay. Okay. Um Interesting. And what's funny is we kind of landed roughly the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say like
70s.
88.
Oh, I was gonna say 70s.
Ooh, 70s is cool, but
It was really cool.
I wanted to say like 88,
Okay.
but late 60s is cool too. Like yeah, late
Mm-hmm.
60s, 70s is some really cool
Yeah,
stuff.
early 70s had some absolute. I
Yeah,
think it kind of made up the brand too. But to be
sure.
fair, like I do think we both hit the same number for probably going to be the same reason when we get there. And I said
They have
oh
such a good
06. You
portfolio
said oh 05.
of work.
Absolutely. And Volvo has gone through some different ownership regimes, if you will. And
Hmm.
I think the reason I picked '06 is because that was right in the heat of Ford ownership,
Yes.
which I think was a very beneficial ownership opportunity for the Volvo
Hot take.
brand.
Hot take.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think so. What's interesting is yes, like I wanted to like reflexively when I think of like what is the most Volvo to ever Volvo?
Yeah.
Again, trying to not slip up and land in vulgarity. Um, or anatomy, I suppose, not even vulgarity.
Mm.
The
It's a beautiful organ.
it
It's not
is
vulgar.
in all forms.
Hmm. It's like a butterfly,
The yeah,
like
yeah.
a fishy smelling.
Well, maybe not. I always prefer the what is it? The it's like the meme of was like, everyone told me it was gonna, taste or smell like X or Y, and it turns out it's like the heat coming out of the back of a PS5. It's like I guess that's probably the most apt.
That's good.
Um, the like the most like it mentally when I picture a Volvo product,
Hmm.
it's a 240
Yeah.
or it's a 7. It's a 200 series or a 700
A
series.
state car.
Yes,
Yep.
maybe it's a wagon, maybe it's a sedan,
It's this wagon.
maybe if I'm being fancy, it's a 780, right? And I've got the
Oh,
coupe.
yeah.
Um, I love that period.
Hmm.
That's what you think of when you think of the brand, even today, I think,
Yeah.
in most people's
Yep.
minds.
Yep.
I don't think it's the peak of the brand. Um, as much as I would love to. It was such a you had like an 88, 88, 89. You had 200 series, 700 series.
Hmm.
That's it. That's all you had.
Yeah.
That was the entire lineup. There were coupes and wagons and sedans, but that was
Hmm.
it. And they were not even that dissimilar.
No.
Like you
No.
you said you put a 240 wagon and a 740 wagon next to each other. They're distinct, but they're not. They're like 1A and 1B,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, talk more about like why you were thinking 2006, and I'll
So
see
oh
where we cross
06,
over.
you're missing in '05. You're missing a couple crucial factors. First off, we'll talk P1 cars because I think that was such a success for them, especially the first years of
Hmm.
these cars. So P1, for those not in the super, no, I don't blame you. You had your estate, the V50, which was really cool. That's a small
Hmm.
wagon. You had the S40, which was a
Yep.
little sedan. You had a C70 convertible, and then you had the C30, which came out in 2006 model year.
Right. Right.
So which is the little shout out to the 1800 back in the day style and cues two-door hatchback, which was super polarizing when it came out, but I
Yeah.
think has aged incredibly well. I
Hmm.
think I think especially the R design looks so good. But these P1 cars were a huge sales success. They were priced affordably in the market. They brought a lot of good technology, safety to the table.
Hmm.
They all were pretty much interchangeable as far as the framework and everything. So it was super cost effective for Volvo as a company. And like I said, they
Right.
had the offering for everything you wanted. You wanted that wagon, you get the V50. You and each car looked great. Like maybe the C70 was the weakest offering from a design standpoint. Still a cool car.
Ooh,
You could have,
maybe.
yeah, come on. I think the S40 has aged. The newer S40s look so good. The
Yeah.
proportions are so good. The V50 is my favorite,
I
of
love the
course.
V50.
C30 is really gorgeous too. I think you can't go wrong with any of those. You can get them
Mhm.
all optioned with 6-speed manuals and a T5 motor, which is a 5-cylinder turbo.
Right. No, you could,
Killer.
and like, yeah, with a manual, they're
Hmm.
rare, but they're out there. They're good motors. They're reliable motors. Um,
Interesting motors.
Ford, yeah, I mean, any five cylinder is an interesting
Hmm.
motor. Ford did right by, I really honestly, all the brands that they touched
Hmm.
in this era, other than Ford. um,
Yeah, they did good. The
no, they did
Focus
okay,
was
but like
good. The Focus was
all of these
super
brands that
successful.
people poo-poo, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Ford mishandled Jaguar and Aston and Volvo
Hmm.
and who else am I missing? Somebody. I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Lincoln, I guess. I don't think they did. And I do wonder if maybe that's partly why Lincoln kind of became an also ran and why Mercury no longer exists is because Ford was putting attention into these other brands that they took over
Hmm.
in the late 80s and in the case of some of these and yeah. And so
Volvo was pretty late. I think it was 99 when
yeah,
Ford
Volvo
started.
was later.
It wasn't like a full buyout. They had like a percentage, like 12% or something like that to start off with. Then they
Yeah.
bought more and more. And
Mhm.
it was really just like sharing platforms, right? Like, because the Volvo P1 cars are very similar to Ford's like
Yeah.
Focus, which is very
Yeah.
similar to the Mazda 3. All of these are super successful cars on the
Yes.
same platform, right? And they're all great cars still today. Talk about
Yeah.
cheap cars you can go buy. Like, you can get from that era Focus or Mazda 3. Those are great cars.
Yeah, what's funny is so I mentioned '05 simply because I want to say I want to say I forgot about the C30. For some reason I thought mentally I thought the C30 came out in '08, which it didn't. But I like, I don't know why, but I like the earlier, I like the C, what was it, 98 to '05 C70,
Okay, yeah,
which you can
yeah.
get in a fixed coupe instead of just
I think it would have been to
the
the
hardtop
'04
cab.
model year. Yeah.
No, I think it was '05. I think with
Oh,
'05 and
did it
then
go later? Okay.
'06 was the first year of the retractable hardtop,
Got it. Got it.
which you could get with the turbo 5 cylinder in a manual. And I've driven them
Hmm.
and they're actually, they're fine.
Yeah.
They drive like all other Volvos of that period, um, which isn't a knock. They just that's what they drive like. But
Hmm.
um, what a cool era because yes, so you had the stuff you mentioned too. Don't forget the S like P2, right? So that's the S60 V70
Yep. Made a
R.
I made a note of that because it was getting to the near the end of those because that had been out for since '04, I
Yes.
think is when those came out. But yeah, those are the 300 horsepower all-wheel drive,
Hmm.
six-speed space ball shifter.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was like Volvo's most performance oriented thing that we had, at least in the States. I know we had like A50Rs before and stuff, but that S60R V70R combo is so good. It's
They're
still so
very
good.
cool. Um, I've never driven a Spaceball car. I have driven an S60 Auto. Um,
Huge difference. Huge
right.
difference.
And they're fine. They're
Hmm.
soft.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean they're not really cool. I still think they're incredibly cool. And I think the marketplace has treated them as such because they still fetch decent money for what they are, especially if you get a manual.
Uh-huh. The
Um,
V70, especially the V70R, is super premium.
yeah. Sporty wagon manual like will always be
The funny thing is,
desirable.
though, in a pinch, like I think I almost gravitate more towards, and it's not any easier to find that V50 T5 all-wheel drive.
Yeah, the
I
size is better.
the size is better. I like
The
how it
cool factor is
looks.
not quite as cool. It doesn't have
It's
the
rarer.
aura.
It's definitely rarer. And you could get the later run V50, you can get an R design, so you can get some of the body aesthetics, the
You can't.
spoiler, the blue
I want
gauges.
I want the Atacama. The
Yeah,
Atacama
it's cool, but I know the
burnt
maintenance is
orange
easier on the
leather.
P1 car. The V50 is a way easier car to maintain. And
Sure.
like you can get a tune from like IPD like right out of the box and match the V70R's horsepower
Mhm.
because it's still a 5-cylinder turbo and it's all-wheel drive. So and the same M66 manual gearbox. So I think it gets you
Mhm.
there. They're rarer though. It's way harder to find a V50 T5 all-wheel drive manual. Way harder.
Yeah, because they also like weren't. I don't know. I feel like they weren't as kept. They are now.
They didn't make
You
as
know, I
many.
think.
There's no
Yeah,
way
they
it
didn't
would.
make as
Yeah,
many. Well,
not
I
even
don't
close.
know.
No, 100%. With the
Compared to a
T5 all-wheel
V70R.
drive, yeah, no way.
I don't know. I don't
Because you
know. I
can.
don't
I
know.
saw the other day, and I almost got a like a double take, but it was a V50 T5 manual
Hmm.
front-wheel drive. So to have all those attributes, there it was a very small number. I remember
Sure.
like folks on the deep dive forum, production number
Ooh.
of people. It's
Yeah.
very rare. It's a very rare car. It's just like that C30 uh R design T5 manual I
Hmm.
had. Those are super rare too. So I love these P1 cars. I can't say enough about them, man. I've owned every one but the C70 with a
Hmm.
T5 and a manual. So I'm a fan, clearly. They're just
No,
good
they
cars, dude.
and you know what also is cool is yeah, so the P1 stuff is great. I technically own a P1 car, even though it's a Ford Focus. Um, the P2 stuff, which we talked about, but for just like the more pedestrian shit,
Hmm.
the XC70, the cross country,
Yeah, yeah.
in a world of like everyone talks about the Outback, the Subaru Outback. That's the lifted wagon. Well, if you want that,
Hmm.
but nicer, like a lot
A
nicer.
lot like Echelon's nicer, yeah.
Those XC70s, the V70 cross countries they're a nice piece of kit.
Hmm.
You get the Ocean Race spec,
Oh yeah.
which are pretty cool. Doesn't add a lot, just like trim, but it's fun. And they're a good car. They're reliable. They're nice. Um, did I mention they're nice?
I've
And
heard.
so yeah, no, it's those are really cool. And it's a good like bridge to the bigger offerings.
Mm.
Um, what do you think about I still like to think that the S80
Uh-huh.
is one of the most slept on cars ever produced.
So that's my next bullet point. I said way
Yeah.
cooler than it had any right to be with its Yamaha
Mm-hmm.
V8, which is
4.4 liter.
super, super shared with the show V8, believe it or not, developed by Yamaha. I did some deep dive on that motor and
Yeah, I know they share some DNA. They're obviously not the same motor, but
not the same motor, but the very
the
similar
headwork is
DNA.
similar. Hmm.
And yeah, it has the 311 horsepower out of that V8,
Sounds
which
about right.
is
Yeah.
pretty cool. The S80 was like their
Narrow
tech
angle.
platform too. So a lot of really cool stuff going on in that car. And I think they've aged incredibly well. I think they look super cool. They have like this from that period, they look modern. It's modernish Volvo design, but it's
Yeah,
not. And it still has like this very stately presence to it.
they
Like
do.
the size of it, the way it's
Hmm.
designed, the dimensions. Um, I think it's a 4.4 liter was the displacement, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. So it's a
Yep.
pretty beefy little V8 to shoehorn in there. Most
Yeah.
of those came with like the 6-cylinder, I think, offering. But
Yeah, they had what was it's interesting is it was I believe was it a I don't remember it was a 2.9 or a 3 liter. I never quite remember, but it was interesting because it's a transverse inline six,
mhm,
which is
not
can you
many
name
of
another
those.
car with a transverse inline six?
Yeah, that's a packaging nightmare, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Like, imagine doing the
Um
timing belt or chain service on that. No, thank you. But that
Or the
had a
25T also was in them, but like
pretty common, which was in everything.
yeah.
Yeah. So it has 6 speed auto, all wheel drive, which is the Haldex, similar to V70 S60R stuff. But
Mhm.
dude, I honestly think if you could score an S80 with that motor, I think that would be a sleeper of a cool like luxury daily.
Oh, for
With
sure.
with
Yeah, I mean
some
they're pretty hard to come by, but
yeah.
if you can find one,
It was
um,
Revy too. It wasn't like luxury
yeah,
V8 because it was
that's what
Yamaha
happens when
derived,
Yamaha
right?
touches
Yeah,
motors. Yeah,
go figure. I think that would be such a fucking cool car to buzz around in, man.
yeah.
I think it would be. You're right. I've seen it from time to time. I saw one that was a salvage title. Easy pass on that. Um, but yeah, dude, if you could find one with that V8 and it's someone that doesn't really know what it is, I think. What are you talking? 8 grand
Oh boy. I mean, yeah, if they don't know what it
if they
is, or
don't
if
know
they
what it
just think it's like
is.
a regular ass, S80.
Yeah,
I want to say
140K.
S80s were like one of the ones that were like top of the list, not the V8 ones clearly, but just like the early S80s were like top of the list of going to the cash for clunkers
Oh, yeah,
trade-in
yeah.
program.
I
Um,
think the V8 ones, God, what was the MSRP? Those had to have a lofty sticker. I feel like you can get those pretty good. I feel like the lesser versions, like you get a T5 S80, I think that thing's worth about 2,800 bucks. They demand
oh yeah,
nothing.
they're
Yeah.
free. They're for what they are, considering it was at the time like I mean it was an executive car, so that was going to be a not quite an S class competitor,
Hmm.
but certainly a 7 Series like a less sporty 7 Series competitor, or Cadillac competitor, but far better. Jag XJ competitor. So yeah, they're free and they're cool. But that motor was in another Volvo of that era.
Yeah, with their crossover offerings.
Hmm. Yeah, you can get that V8 and the XC90.
Hmm.
The late this is later the first generation XC90, um, which are rad. Like I think those have aged incredibly well for what they are. They
Hmm.
I've driven a bunch of them and they drive like a big Volvo. Like I don't know how else to sum it up.
Little rugged, more rugged though, right? Like the
Little
XC's
bit.
always
I
had
don't.
that little bit of
Yeah.
just the look. The design kind of tried to
Right.
make you think it was like
Yeah. They're not. I
a
wouldn't
soft
want to like
roader.
take one off road. Yeah.
No, God, no.
I mean, I did think about it when we were like overland challenge. I was like, does anyone like lift XC90s? Can I
I
get like a big boy XC90? I'm sure there are bits and bobs out there, but just you just look at
Someone's
how they're
done it.
built and it's like not really made for it. But that'd be rad.
That would be super rad. But I mean, we've named, first off, all the P1 cars. We named the P2 cars the R's, if you will.
Ours.
Not hard R's, just R's, please.
No,
The
no.
S80 in itself, a fucking cool car. All of this was available if in 2006, if you walked into your Volvo dealership, which is,
Right.
it's crazy. If you walk in now, everything's a hybrid. I'm not joking.
That's true.
You can't
Yeah.
buy anything that's not a hybrid. Like
Yeah.
our
No, you can.
XC90.
You can. You can.
Oh,
Pure
electric
electric.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Well, that's called a Polestar dealership. But
Right.
you can go in, like ours was the last. We got the last like T6 on for the last year of the T6 because
Mhm.
intentionally, right? I didn't want Volvo's hybrid technology. Cool. It's not Toyota hybrid technology. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
good.
like it's cool. It works. I don't trust it.
I like my twin charged 2 liter. Thank you very much. Which
Mhm.
is an infinitely cool car. We love that XC90. But 2006, you could go into your Volvo dealer and you would see all these cars. What an interesting, Frank, lineup with a
Yeah.
huge breadth of like offerings to cover
Mhm.
any buyer, right? And I think that's why
Yeah.
this is peak Volvo. This is Volvo cranking on all 5 cylinders.
Right.
I think this is
Cranking
it.
on all five of its hogs.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Mhm.
Swedish hogs, if you will, which
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming is a well designed minimalist yet very artistic influenced pig.
You ever seen
Like,
those hairy pigs?
boar?
Not hairy hogs. I mean, I'm sure.
Like a
I
boar?
I assume you own a mirror, but no, like it's an actual pig. So like a it's called a mangalista. It's like a domesticated pig, but they're like they've got like full shag.
Talking like a man that doesn't crank his hog when you start describing scientific pig names, my friend.
Exactly. Yeah. I ain't touched my hog in 15 years.
What you
But
call it, a linguista?
it's called a linguisa. Yeah, no,
Um,
no, it's called a mangalista. Search it, Google it, dear listener. Um, no, pig talk. Welcome to the pig hour. No, speaking of pigs, yes,
this conversation's
XC90.
very boorish.
You're boring, but no, the like I don't know, like, and I believe the first gen
Mhm.
XC90, which again, yes, speaking of pigs, it's big, but
Mhm.
I think it's aged well, much like a prosciutto. Um, and so, did you know they also made an Ocean Race XC90,
Did
which you
they
can get?
with the
I think they did.
V8? Not with the
I don't
V8.
think with TV. I
That
don't
would be
know.
shockingly cool.
That'd be sick. That actually
That's some
that now that
Corvette
would be
stats.
sleeper dope.
Like a 1 of 5.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know
Please.
Sweden is like they got a lot of coastline, but would you call Swedes the ocean race? I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't know if I would.
it's an island group. I think so, right? They're
Well,
kind
it's not
of
an. I mean, it's mostly
it is
not island.
goddamn part of an island group, my friend.
It's like the Big Dong,
Yeah, but
coming
it's
over.
like independent. It's
It
like
has like an
Norway.
archipelago, I suppose.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're I don't know if they're like oceany enough to call them the ocean race.
I would. I mean, well, like think of Viking like seaworthiness. That was they're built around, right?
Fair,
Yeah.
fair, fair. I don't know.
Yeah, the Vikings
Nordic
weren't renowned
or
for
the
building
Nords, not the Nords, but
bicycles.
the Swedes and the Nords and the whole region. Are
Yeah.
we calling them?
Yeah,
Are we
that's all.
calling them
That's a
the ocean race? I mean, maybe.
let's go for it.
Let's go for it. But yeah, like I don't know. I think those have aged really well.
Hmm.
They got them. You can get them in what? Yeah, the the T6. Didn't they do an NA 6 cylinder too? The 3.2?
Probably. Yeah, because
I think they
they
did.
had a naturally aspirated 2.4 4 cylinder and a lot of shit too.
Did they? I
Five
didn't think they
cylinder,
made
sorry,
a.
2.4 5 cylinder.
I didn't know they
Yeah,
made an NA 5 cylinder in that.
bro. No, and maybe not in that, but in like the P1 cars, they
Oh
certainly
yeah,
did.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. And like an S40.
Hmm.
I've actually those are actually kind of fun for like being almost free.
Yeah, but the
You get an
T5 is
S40.
so good though.
They are, but you get a manual, like front wheel drive manual S40
Hmm.
with the 2.4 NA motor, which is what 170 horsepower, something like
I want to say, yeah, a little bit north of that, maybe. Yeah.
that. They sound good. They're kind of pokey and like they're free. They're
Yeah.
$0, and they don't take a lot to keep going.
I don't think those motors were as reliable as the T5 ones. I
No,
think that was the trade-off. Yeah, yeah.
that's the deal.
The T5 was pretty robust. That
Yeah,
T5 though,
I'm
dude,
about
the
to
early ones with
robust.
like what, 218 horsepower and then they stepped up to
Hmm.
228 in
Yeah,
the facelifted versions. But
yeah, they're
those
good.
that T5 is so good, dude.
Hmm.
It's so good.
5 cylinder noises, turbo noises, shift
Stout,
your
good
own
numbers, good torque.
noises.
Yeah, 6 speed manual. A 6 speed manual that's underworked, under stressed in
Hmm.
that one too, because it's from the B2 car.
Hmm.
Can't go wrong, man.
But yeah, as you said, you roll into the dealership and you're like, okay, do you want a sedan or a wagon? I don't know. Wagon. Big or little? Uh, big. Tall or low? You're like, and kind of the same deal with sedan, like big or little on the sedan. And then
Yeah,
if you're like, well,
same.
I don't know if I want a wagon, like, well, if you want taller and bigger, then we've got the SUV. They weren't, coupe. Yes. Big or
Mhm.
little? Convertible sometimes, but it's a coupe other times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting auto or manual in
Yeah.
most of these.
Huge.
Five
This
cylinder, 6 cylinder, 8 cylinder.
turbo?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Turbonium.
Yamaha V8? I mean,
Right, yeah.
wild times.
Japanese engineered V8. And let's face it, Japan, probably the ocean race. But like, yeah, what an interesting, I don't know, just a really interesting time. And like, it's interesting that we kind of landed roughly
Hmm. Spot
in the
on.
same spot.
Same reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I honestly think, and I know our hearts go back to the old stuff when you think Volvo. I still envision like a 240 wagon from the 70s, but I think the P1 cars nail it down. I think they were such a success. And like you said, they had you covered, dude. You go in the dealer, like you want an S40, you want an S60 or an
Yeah.
S80. Your choice.
Yeah.
And each one of those is a winner. And there's like
And they've
options
aged really
within.
well. Like
Yeah,
that's the
within.
thing. It's they've aged really well. It's interesting they've aged really well,
Mhm.
but other than manual V70R, they're
Ooh.
all bargains.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all good buys, I think.
Oh, they're all great buys. Yeah. I mean, you could get an S, you get an S40 T5 all-wheel drive manual probably for like 7. And it's
Yeah,
like
for a good
so
one.
much car.
Hmm.
I think those are slept on. I love the S40 a lot.
Yeah,
I
they're
had
good.
one back in the day, but obviously the V50 is a unicorn, so it commands a little bit more of a premium. If you find a clean low mileage one of those, that's going to be up their
Yeah,
land.
yeah. I will say, an S60 or V70 flash green
Oh,
Atacama.
of course,
That is a unicorn spec, but
that's
like
the one.
if you find one just an auto, you get one with an auto.
Still like 10 G's for a V70, which
Yeah,
is
but
wild.
how fucking cool is that?
They're cool. Honestly, like, yeah, it depends. It depends how you're going to drive it because I think that V50 gets you there they're a lot lighter.
Right.
I mean,
No, they are.
it's an
Yeah.
interesting comparo, but yeah, I think you're right. I think you get that V70. Obviously, you want Spaceball, Atacama, Flash Green. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the one. But everybody's got like even 180,000 mile beaten example is going to fetch like 18 on that one with
For
that
sure. And that's the
combo.
thing on those is when you've got the like flash green over Atacama, which is
Hmm.
not a it was not a common check this box and check this box type of order.
Was not.
It's also the kind of thing that now a non-car person will look at that and go, "Holy hell, like that's cool."
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it's harder for that thing to slip under the radar and get purchased inexpensively as compared to, oh, I've got grandma's wagon she stopped driving a couple years ago. I'm going to sell it. Yeah, it's a manual, so the grandkids don't want it, so I'm going to sell it on marketplace for $4,500, and then you end up with that T5 V70 or sorry V50
Yep.
manual. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
but the V70 and S60, some of those, okay, so those are the best Volvo seats I've ever sat in. I've gotten to sit in
yeah.
both of those.
They're
Those
nice
are the best, but God, those interiors did not hold up, dude. Like you had to treat your leather like 3 times a year, and even then, the materials fall apart. The center console likes to fall apart. The
for
dash
sure.
trim's a little rough. So best seats ever, though. I think that
Yeah,
was
they're
peak
nice.
peak Volvo seat. Let's just say
Hmm.
it,
That's right, right.
dude. We got there.
Peak. We did.
We picked the same peak.
We did it. I'm man. We need to end up in like we're gonna do one of these one day, and we're gonna end up in like wildly different.
Ooh, something more contentious, perhaps.
Yeah. Pete Chrysler. No. Uh, 20
TBD
2030. Yeah.
when they're gone, when they finally fold.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. Well, it's we did the thing.
hmm.
Speaking of doing the thing, do you want to
Oh,
ruin me publicly?
I do. Yeah.
Not
Let's.
that kind of ruin, but just
Oh,
like
okay. Well,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
let me
Quit
get
spitting in
something.
your hands.
Let me work something up for you. That's not that.
That's not me. Yeah, you do that while I describe what the hell we're doing. If you haven't played along, where have you been? And good news, you now have a chance to play along, dear listener, for our print ad quiz game. In today's episode, Chadwick here has hopefully found an advertisement from the 80s, 90s, till roughly the mid 2000s, maybe 2005 to 2006, approximately.
Mm.
And he's going to read the type copy from this print ad. It's for a car. I have 3 guesses and 10 minutes to guess the make, model, and approximate model year of the vehicle in the ad. Please play along at home. Scream, yell at your listening or watching device when I flounder and get lost and can't figure out what it is. You can call me an idiot. It's great catharsis. So do that. Chadwick, what do you have for me?
All right, my friend. I have a 2-page spread for you. Vehicle.
Mhm.
Getting a full side profile of the vehicle in black. A woman holding a baby up in the background.
Oh boy.
Cartoonish hand drawing. Very interesting. And it says at the top, in a disposable world, some things are made to last. And so what I have for you, my friend,
She
is
throwing
a
the baby like into a dumpster.
yes.
Sick.
They're
Some things are
making
made to last,
armor for
unlike
the
this
baby.
fucking baby.
Um, they're arming the baby. So the this is a lot of interesting bullet points. So it's kind of interesting. Then there's like a traditionally written section, and then there's some more bullet points. So I'm going to hit you with
Sure.
the top bullet points, if you will. So
Mm.
you want to go ahead and commit these to memory.
Oh yeah, they're there.
16 valve dual overhead cam engine with fuel injection to keep you
Mm.
going strong. Now, this is horrible
Oh.
print ad, so you're gonna have to
Oh yeah, yeah.
quality. So just
Squint.
yeah, bear with me. So there you go, 16 valve dual overhead cam. Room for free for expanding families. I guess that woman just plucked that child from her nether region.
Hmm.
Okay, we got a standard bumper to bumper warranty. That's nothing great. Slide out cup holder.
Oh, let's slide out the baby. Okay, slide out cup holder.
Another set of hands. It says 5-speed manual with overdrive
Ooh.
for a smooth transfer of power. Storage bins for maps, magazines, rifle magazines, etc. Especially, etc. Kind of funny.
Okay. So just putting the baby in the glove box. Got it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Four-wheel independent suspension.
Yeah.
A stabilizing influence. So here's the written section, the more traditional part that we read here.
Okay.
Okay. In a here today, gone tomorrow world,
Like that baby.
it may comfort you. That baby's dead now. It may comfort you
Yo.
to know. I always do that in movies to ruin fucking moods when they show like a pet. I'm like, that cat's
Yeah.
dead or
The
that dog's
kids.
dead. I love doing
Mhm.
that.
And if you're watching Homeward Bound, then it's like dozens of them are dead.
Oh, even worse was Milo and Otis, the
Oh, that's
Japanese
sorry.
one.
That's yeah. That was
Yes,
the one I was thinking.
yes. There's
Like so
so
many
much
drowned in
murder.
that river scene.
Dude,
Anyways,
worth it.
welcome to the midnight,
It's a
the
great
nightmare hour.
I love that movie. So okay, where was I? In a here today, gone tomorrow world, it may comfort you to know the blank blank combines everything from a 16 valve twin cam engine to a stainless steel exhaust system to keep you going strong well into the blanks and a worry-free bumper to bumper plus warranty. It could be the start of a lasting relationship. So there you go. At the bottom here are the final bullet points, Frank. If you don't know it now, you're fucked.
Okay.
Blank, 16 valve dual overhead cam engine. Have you heard that one yet? Four-wheel independent suspension. That's all I got for you.
Golly. Okay, not a lot to chew on here.
No.
Baby murder,
Yes.
5 speed, 16 valve,
Twin
fuel
cam.
injected,
Yep. Independent suspension.
independent four-wheel suspension. Sure.
Hmm?
A glove box that you could put babies, etc. into,
Every glove box.
and maps, which it's a song by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, but otherwise, what are maps?
Hmm.
Um, such as maps.
U.S. Americans.
Exactly. Oh God, I love that so much. Anyways, um, boy, stainless steel exhaust.
Oh,
Am I missing something?
possibly. A few things. I was gonna make a Focus SVT valve cover bolt joke, but let's not.
Well, fair,
Now you're good.
fair.
All right, what are
Um,
we talking about, Frank? Come on, man.
gosh,
You got
twin cam,
this.
16 valve. Okay, so it's a four-cylinder. Um, 5 speed. I, I mean, no displacement.
No,
I'm assuming this is front-wheel drive, but that's an assumption. No door count.
I don't believe so.
I don't have a lot to chew on here. Um, there's a baby, some
We've done
test of time bullshit.
slide out cup holder.
Oh, sure. The extra hands that you need to banish this newborn into the shadow realm.
It does have Scotch Guard fabric protector. I did read one of the
Oh,
bottom asterisks, so
oh, ho, ho.
let me take you home.
Consider my scotch guarded. Um, golly. I mean, there's so little to go on. I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
we've done worse. Come on.
Have we?
Dude, yes, we've definitely done them without valve counts and what kind of engine they have. Absolutely.
Boy. Okay, who would tout stainless steel exhaust? Okay, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a slap in the dark here.
Mm,
I'm gonna say this is a 1989 Toyota Corolla GTS Coupe. Final answer.
not sure I would pick that to represent the baby hauling model, but you're not horribly far off, my friend.
Ooh. Okay. Um,
Not far off at all.
do you have a hint for me?
I do. It is a sedan.
Okay.
Ooh. And hmm, I don't know how much I give you. You are spot on in the year, like
Okay.
within a year
Sure.
or two. So you're right. You're right in the ballpark there for
Sure.
technology and everything.
Well, I figured it was
Sedan.
oh, it's going to carry you into the blanks. That's definitely carry you into the 90s. So I
Hmm.
figured this was end of the 80s. Um, that's what I think of the 80s. But
Those Corollas are cool that you mentioned. But
yes, I mean it could be a Nova twin cam. Could be God. And it does read like I don't know if those have forget the exhaust. Probably not even stainless. They're probably saying it's stainless. It's probably not fucking stainless. Um,
the headers.
pot metal exhaust. Okay. Um, just to not make completely fucking brutal listening
Mhm.
of me going meh, 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 I'm gonna say yeah, this is a 1989 Chevrolet Nova twin cam. Final answer.
It is not. You are
Okay.
still right there. A big hint for you. It does
Mm-hmm.
say in the below asterisks,
Mm-hmm.
see your blank slash blank dealer for more info.
Okay.
So it's a dealer that
Sure.
service two
Sure.
types.
Honestly, in this era, could be anything, right?
Could,
You've got
could
your, GMC, Eagle, Audi,
how about if I
Porsche
said, how about
dealer.
if I said, what's the third option on the two vehicles you just listed? That's the exact same freaking
Right.
car.
Sure. Um, was it that early though?
That
Um,
would be the worst red herring in automotive print ad quiz game
I get it.
history.
I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna say the same year, although I think maybe it would have been 90, but just for continuity, I'm gonna say 1989 Geoprism GSI. Final answer, Bob?
I'm gonna give it to you, even though it's 91. So it would have been the
Okay.
1990 years when
Okay.
this ad came out, and
Yeah.
it's the LSI.
LSI.
Yep,
I thought the
comes with the dual
GSI was
hard.
I thought the GSI was the twin cam.
No, you could get the LSI with the 16 valve dual overhead cam
Oh,
in
I guess it is. You're right. It's the 4AFE,
not
not
the
the
4AGE.
4AGE.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Still a great motor. I
Sure.
love how you
105
named,
horse.
yeah, you named Corolla and then Nova Twin Cam, and then there was
Hmm.
the third. Yes, we
Well,
are
when did they kill
talking
Nova Twin Cam? Because they killed it when this car came out.
88, 89 was
Okay.
the end of the Twin Cam. And I
Yeah.
think the Twin Cam was
Yeah.
only
That's
available
what I
for a
was
couple
thinking. Then.
years.
Yeah. 88,
I
89.
don't know if you're gonna actually. There you go. You get that side
Yeah.
profile. See the baby getting
God.
held up. Kind of
Like she's about
interesting.
to just like grab it by its ankles and then just like dash it upon the
Top.
rocks or whatever she's gonna
You
do.
want to talk about a car you could grab if you needed a daily fuel economy daily?
Sure.
Harken
Yeah.
back to last week's
Yeah.
episode, and a
Which we didn't
reliable
just
car.
record.
Dude, you can go out and buy one of these Geo Prisms for next to
Mhm.
nothing, and they are
Again,
shitted
if you could
up.
find one.
They
Oh
are
yeah, they're
shitted up. Um,
like a standard prism like that one, like an LSI or was
yeah,
it
five
LS?
speed.
Was it LS the base or GS was the base model?
I can't remember for the life of me. I don't even know if they denoted it. I think they only denoted it if it was a standout.
So it
I
was
think it
just
was just a
prism,
prism. Yeah.
then LSI, and then
Mhm.
GSI was the hot one.
I think that's how they did it. Yeah, I'd get an
Yeah,
LSI in a heartbeat. I mean,
yeah.
obviously a GSI
One
hatchback
a
would be
GSI with the
so
hatch.
cool. Yeah,
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 the
yeah.
black with the red lettering.
Fucking unicorn mode. But no, I really dig on the Prism. I think the Prism's cool. It's just a cheaper way to get a Corolla at the end of the day, right?
Sure. When I a lifetime ago when I worked at Progressive Insurance, a coworker of mine, shout out Jason Clafter if you're out there listening. Um, for a while he had his personal car that he used for driving around and doing damage estimates like I did. Except you eventually get to a point where if you start expensing more than I think it was like 1,500 miles a month,
Okay.
they force you to get a company car, which was at the time, I was like, I was expensing miles on my O2 WRX and I was
Oh,
expensing too many miles. And they're like, no, you can't do this anymore. But he was using, I think it was a 93
okay.
Prism. The only option it had, I think, was AC. Dan
Oh,
crank
damn.
windows, manual steering.
Hmm.
I mean, it was base, 5 speed. And he was just like, I think like every other month, it basically paid for itself in
Yeah, I was
mileage
gonna say.
expenses
Yeah.
because it was light blue with a blue interior. And yeah, it was just like the dream. He was like, oh yeah, I just, it'll stop running one day, but don't care. I think it was probably 100,000 miles past its like timing belt interval. Just like didn't care.
Didn't
And it
care.
didn't, I don't even know, it's probably still out there somewhere. Because Corolla.
You can find them. The paint was atrocious. It was a very bad time for Toyota and Geo product
Well, I
paint.
mean, you know why? New me, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
It
built
was
here in good old Fremont,
Fremont, California.
California.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yep. But they are very affordable. There are quite a few manuals. They made a lot of like very cheap ones
Yeah.
because they were the budget way to get into
Yeah.
a Corolla. But you're right.
Hmm.
I think a GSI hatch with a 4 AGE definitely the one to get. I
Hmm.
would take any. I told you about the one. I looked at that GSI and it was an automatic, but I was still willing to
Sure.
check it out. And I go, and this is worst case scenario if we're looking at used cars. You pull in, they have it running in the driveway with a fucking river of oil coming down his
Yep.
driveway. I'm like, he's like, drive it. And it wouldn't rev
You're
over
like,
2,500.
no.
No, I did. It wouldn't rev. And I took Teddy with me, who was really young at the time, my son, and we couldn't get it over 2,500 RPM. And that's a 4
Tight.
AGE. That's a
Yeah.
big issue right there. I'm like, yeah,
Did those
it's not for me, man.
in that late? Did they still have the TVIS system? The like
Uh,
the dual runner intake
I
with the little
think they,
butterfly?
I think they did. I think
Okay.
they actually did.
Okay.
Because that was
I
like a
wonder if that was.
95, I think I looked at.
Yeah, I don't know when they got rid of that system.
It was
Um,
horrible. That car was shit, dude. But and I still so it was cool because it was
Get
white and
shredded.
had the red stripe around it. It looked awesome because they have a
Yeah.
special body too on those
Yeah, those are
GSIs.
cool.
Ugh,
One day. One day. It's
do what I
funny,
want.
like there's certain cars I like am like constantly casually looking for.
Yeah,
That isn't one of them, but it needs to be.
it's one of mine. That and the
Yeah.
Isuzu, like Isuzu Impulse and the GTI Suzuki.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's a
Storm.
list. Yeah,
Yeah.
Storms for sure.
I'm still
Yep.
I have NX 2000 save search going. Nothing ever
Oh,
shows up.
they're
If anything,
so they're
what
gone.
what happens is like end up with like Lexus NX 200Ts, and it's like
Oh,
no, that's not what I want.
that's close. I see more Pulsars than NX 2000s for sure.
Yeah.
I think NX 2000s were when I looked them up, especially, and I had no idea my 93 was so rare. They only made a couple hundred of them.
Hmm.
Like it's a small run, and then they didn't make many, so
Yep.
those are hard to come
Yep.
by.
Yep. Ah, boy. Speaking of hard to come by,
Mm.
time in my life to work on cars. Have you
You're preaching to
perhaps
the choir, my friend. I'm going to tell you a
yeah,
little secret.
boy.
Not that I work 60 hours a week and have all these other commitments. I just don't sleep.
What's that?
It's
Sleep?
fucking really how I get stuff done. So anyway, yeah, I have actually turned some wrenches. The
Hmm.
exterior, we did the interior last time. Let's do the exterior this time of the Xterra. The
Ooh.
biggest thing, do you remember the egging
I do.
it became a victim of.
Hmm.
Ask anyone that's in detailing how to remove an egg, and they'll be like, nope,
Nope.
you can't. If it's been on there for more than a
It's
couple
called
days,
repaint.
yeah, or months, dude, I got 90 something percent of it off. I
Sick.
think I sent you photos too. And it was
Hmm.
like not subtle egging. It was like that whole
Yeah,
like
that
fender
driver's
flare area.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just gone. I tried every remedy, dude. You get online, you'll hear everything from olive oil to vinegar to heat gun to heat, steam,
Right.
anything.
Ox blood.
Not, yeah, like virgin ox blood, right?
Mhm.
Which is,
Hard to
I don't
come
know
by.
how you verify either, right? But anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah. You have to bring an oxen whisperer with you, I
a
think.
young ox priest and an old ox priest.
Hmm.
But no, so I'm going through all these remedies, nothing, not making a dent. So I'm like, you know what? I don't fucking care about this truck enough. I'm gonna wet sand it. Went 2,000 grit,
Okay.
wasn't enough. 1,500 grit wasn't enough.
Oh,
A
try better.
1,000 grit. So we are literally eating clear coat, but you got to be so
Hmm.
careful.
Hmm.
It came up. Like honestly, removed probably 95% of the egging. If you
Okay.
look, you can see the faint, like vestiges of
Right.
egg history because it's already in the paint at that point. It definitely ate all the way through. Like the chemical composition of eggs, just it's amazing because the shell damages the paint enough to inject the chemical, which is the egg, and to leave it on there in the sun, it's just enzyme crazy. Will eat through clear coat and paint. You do need a respray to totally get rid of it.
Sure.
But dude, it looks insanely good. So yeah, so I went 1,000, then I did 1,500, 2,000, 25, 3,000,
Yeah.
cut and polish, wax. And it looks great. Like the paint came back great. Got rid of a lot of those scratches because when you take a
Tight.
1,000 grit sandpaper to your paint, you can make scratches disappear or make a lot more. Um, and I'm not a sanding block guy. I'm
Sure.
a hand sander guy. So
Oh
that
boy.
took a whole afternoon, but well
Acoustic.
worth it. Yeah, dude. I also did some fun things like I painted the wheels, that dark bronze that I had sitting around from another car project.
Nice.
Love it with the Knight's armor. It's a good
Yeah, it looks good.
contrast. It looks really good. And the price was right. I also, did some other things like I put some cheap ditch lights from eBay. I love them. It's
Tight.
fun to just do a toggle switch
Yeah.
and uh, things. Ask me how I blew a fuse out already on them. When I was
Oh.
putting them in, I had the positive still barely touching, so I had a little electricity going. So
Yeah.
when I grounded,
Z-
passing it to the cabin, it was like a big pop and blew that fuse. It's a fusible link.
Oh, the main. It was the main.
It was the fusible link in the actual kit. So this kit,
Oh, okay.
even though it was cheap,
Cool.
cheap
Hey.
electronics have come a long way. Back
Yeah.
in the day, you would have got like off-road lights, and there would just be a hard wire 12 volt always like source. This one's cool. It's got like a little breaker in there, so blew that fuse. But anyway, dude, this thing came out way better than I
Dude,
expected. It actually looks pretty fucking good.
real quick question.
Uh
What would you rather name your debut album? Enzyme Frenzy or Vestiges of Egg History?
huh.
What are you what are you going with?
Vestiges of Egg History is more like a gothic kind of like
Right.
metal album. So I kind of
That's not your debut album. That's like your fifth album.
yeah, it's a little too
Yeah.
like you need to know.
Enzyme Frenzy is your debut.
And yeah, Enzyme Frenzies when you're in your like punk like garage band
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's yeah, yeah.
early, like yeah. The oldest person in the band is 21.
Very
Yeah,
unrefined, not finished. You
yeah.
record on a two
Vestiges of Egg
track.
History is like it's you're very like yeah, very renewed
Good call,
vigor.
man. But yeah,
Um
dude, I gotta show you the truck. It shockingly it looks so fucking good for what it is. I'm not gonna
Sick.
lie. I'm like, I shocked myself. Like, first off,
Totally.
getting the egg off there, but just how it came out and it looks put together. It looks fucking good, dude. It looks fucking way better than $5,000. Let me tell you that.
Sure. Bitchin'. Well,
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I this is the things I need to do.
Mm.
Work on the Xterra. Um,
Yes.
I have parts. Parts have arrived, so I
Oh.
do have a big box of parts. They're sitting in the car right now.
Mm.
It's a Continental timing belt kit.
Oh,
It
killer.
is what else did I order for it? Just drive belts and tensioners. I did get a full set of power steering lines
Okay.
because the lines are leaking.
Hmm.
So I've got that. And it was like, what else did I get? Just some other, air filter, oil filter, just general touch up stuff.
Look at this guy humble bragging about how much
Right.
budget he has left over. I'm
Well,
over here
here's the
like,
thing.
can I do transmission fluid? No. Okay, can I do?
Well, here's so okay, so there's two parts to this. A
Mhm.
is um if you haven't noticed, I have like no time right now.
Blah, blah,
So
blah.
what I might end up doing is I've got a guy who knows a guy
Hmm.
who might be willing to do like all of this shit for not a lot of money.
Okay.
Like I might be able to do all the supercharger, like the three accessory belts, the tensioners, timing belt, water pump for like and the power steering lens for like maybe all of that for like $1,000.
That would be an insane deal.
Right.
Oh, I did want to point out one thing.
Yes.
Someone did reach out in one of my videos and they own like
Mhm.
a chain of repair shops in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And they said,
Sure.
I'll mount and balance your tires for free. So I reached out because that's a
Yeah.
killer deal. I said, unfortunately, for the sake of this like challenge, I can't like, we can't do like
Yeah.
free,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Like
So,
what was it? What was that show like Monster Garage? It was like
oh, dude,
freebie.
got a free supercharger from Magnuson or something. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah.
Like a $5,000 crate engine just showed up.
Freebie. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so bad. But yeah, I turned him down in the sake of integrity and
Okay.
fairness.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I paid my $120 to mount and balance those goddamn tires.
hmm Yes. Well, that's the other thing. So I still need to do tires.
Hmm.
I probably should do shocks.
Okay.
But
I should do all
here's
those
the thing.
things.
I should get my air conditioning working. I have a
Okay.
can of Freon floating around here. I'll blow some Freon into it, see what happens. But until then. But a new check engine light has entered the chat. So, fresh check engine light. So I drove this thing.
Fresh.
I drove hot off the press. So I drove it from my house here to homies at Car Donation because I had there was a car over there they needed to shoot. I didn't want to take my car, the Lexus, because I didn't want to abandon it over there because I was gonna want to commute in that for a day, whatever. So I was like,
Mhm.
I'll take the Xterra. Drove it over there. On the drive over there, right as I getting out the freeway, boink, service engine soon. God damn it! All right. When I pick it up, I bring my scanner. I scan it. There's two codes. There's two faults.
Okay.
One of them is large evap leak.
Oh,
Not like maybe it's a gas cap.
maybe it's a fuel
not.
line.
Maybe it's yeah, exactly. Maybe some tweakers tried to like steal fuel from the tank. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
Large evap leak. Okay. Don't need to deal with that now. I'm gonna try. I would love to be able to go on our overlanding adventure without a check engine light. So that's something I'm gonna look into. Great. Second fault. P whatever 1709, I think it was, which is neutral safety switch
Oh,
fault, which is interesting because when I was hanging out with homie who I bought it from, and I scanned it, it was knock sensor. Because when it came back on, I was like, ah, God, the fucking knock sensor's back.
hmm.
Nope, that's not back.
Okay.
But it is for neutral safety switch. But there was a range selector fault when I
Oh,
scanned it at the side of the car when I bought it. I cleared it, didn't come back. I was like, well, that's weird.
huh.
Range is selecting just fine. Okay. Well, so now it's showing neutral safety.
Okay.
Okay.
Starting
Which
okay,
can,
right?
starts just fine.
Hmm.
I've had cars where like the neutral safety switch is wonky. You gotta like rack it through the
Yeah.
gate, or you gotta
Or it
like
doesn't start at all when it
it
completely
doesn't start
does.
at all, and you gotta
Yeah.
ground it out. I've had to do that. Um, so everything functions fine. I cleared it, didn't come back.
Hmm.
But now it's like, okay, range selector. So I looked, and it's like not a super uncommon thing, but it actually has a relay specifically for range select slash neutral safety.
Okay.
So maybe it's like a $12 relay. I
Yeah,
don't
swap
know.
it
I
out
might
just to be
swap
safe.
relays around, but I cleared it and it hasn't come back, and there's nothing pending. So I'll do a cold start. If there it truly is a large evap leak, it should let me know after a single cold start, at least as pending.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it had never set evap as part of the smog process. Don't need it to pass California smog. Not worried
Right.
about it. And it wasn't stored in the car when I think I was driving it around for fuck all with a check engine light on. There was no evap code stored. So it's like one and a half new developments because I kind of knew because there was a range selector fault that cleared, went
Yeah.
away. It's
Evap's
been
new
a few
though.
hundred miles. The evap is new, not catastrophic. Like would not prevent me from doing anything
Yeah.
unless,
Hopefully it's
yeah,
not like a leaky sending unit or something shit. I don't know how hard they are to access in that
I
truck.
don't know. I mean, I can smoke test it, but it feels to me like if it's very large, that means that like either the gas cap is
Hmm.
bonked, which would be ideal,
Right.
or there's like a vent like a vent solenoid stuck open.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know.
The
I
plot
don't know.
thickens.
The plot thickens, but now I'm like, okay, do I pay homie to like do all this other shit and then still have a check engine light for? I don't know. I feel like I can troubleshoot that stuff,
Hmm.
but again, I got to find time. So
It's
we'll
the
see.
toughest part.
It's funny, like a lot of these, like when it comes to like cheapy mechanic guys, it's like, oh, $1,000 and I'll do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. It's like, okay, I have it in the budget. I don't have the time in the budget. So maybe I'll just do that.
Hmm.
I'll I trust paying the cheap local mechanic guy to do just like do this thing, but not necessarily for their diagnostician skills.
Right.
I'd rather
Yeah.
do the diagnosis myself on this other stuff. Not that I'm like God's gift to mechanics, but like I don't know. I trust my own troubleshooting and intuition more than the guy who's deeply undercharging.
Well, yeah, and it's on your dime too, right? Diagnostic stuff can get out of hand pretty quick if you have someone just
Sure.
like throwing parts at it and fucking
Yeah, parts
about.
cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But
Well, the
yeah,
code said this, so
all
I
that
don't
for
know.
$1,000 is a screaming deal, which is like getting near impossible to find, right? Like there's plenty of shops that'll charge you 1,000 for a time belt water pump job, depending on the vehicle, let alone everything else while they're in there.
Yeah, and even that, like, time belt water pump job for $1,000 nowadays is actually kind of hard to come by.
Yeah. Yep.
Even on stuff that's easy, and it's not that difficult on this
No,
truck.
plenty of room.
It's not too bad. So, anywho,
Ask me
you
what
wanna
ask me what I did my timing chain. How fun it
yeah.
is to access that front of the
Oh
motor.
boy,
Should we close it
yes,
down?
yeah. Bring us,
Put a fork in it.
drag us under the waves, my friend.
Well, everyone, thank you for joining us for another riveting episode of another Pointless Automotive Podcast, APA
Mhm.
podcast. Check out our Patreon. That is
Yeah,
cool too. If you want to get on there, like throw us $5 a month. We'll buy some really bad alcohol. We do special late night
yeah,
confidential episodes you can check
yeah.
out, which are only released to our Patreon members. They're a little more off the
I thought you were going to
beaten
say
path.
morbid, which is not incorrect. It's
That
probably
applies. More off the beaten path of what we usually do here, which is already a fucking walk through the middle of the woods anyway. But check it out.
Mhm.
YouTube, we do put every
It
episode
is after
on
dark.
YouTube. So get on there, subscribe, jump in the comments. It's super fun. Feel free to rate the podcast if you haven't yet. And just keep checking it out here.
Mhm.
For my own personal stuff, Auto Obscure Garage, you don't need to check that out. But if you want to, you can see the trials and tribulations of this cheap ass Xterra I'm trying to bring back.
Don't
It's
forget
a
the
fun time.
ES300.
Frank, where can the folks? Yes, coming up very soon. We're gonna have some Lexus stuff on there. Frank, where can the folks check out your world
Ooh.
class photography?
Just in my house, just like walk in. Actually, don't do that. Not even for my sake, but like
Nah,
family.
do it.
And or the bunny. I don't want you accidentally stepping on my house bunny. He roams the house. He's free range. He likes to be underfoot. Don't step on my bunny. Damn
Mm.
it. Um, or any other part of my anatomy. But what you should do is just find me. I don't know, Instagram. It's the photographer's garage. Is where I'm doing all the things. But honestly, pay more attention to me here. Not that like I don't know. Just keep coming back. Come back for more.
Don't
And
leave. Just don't
please,
leave
I
us.
beg of you. Yes,
No.
I'll let you pet my bunny. No,
God damn it, dude.
yes, no, it's great.
His house bunny.
What should we do? Should we bunny reveal at 100 Patreon subscribers?
Oh,
Is that what it's going to be?
absolutely. Bunnies have pretty
Bunny
short
reveal.
lives sometimes, so I hope he holds on.
Oh yeah, you guys
Um,
better get on it. On a bunny reveal, it's like a bleached skeleton
It's
of a
decomposed
rabbit.
body. Great.
Exactly.
Still in the cage. with your kid holding it. No,
No,
that's
there
horrible.
is no
Okay.
cage. She's free range. That's the whole thing.
That-
Anyways,
what the fuck?
yeah, free range rabbit roams the house. Thanks for tagging along. Join the Patreon so you can see pictures of the bunny.
Okay,
Until then,
shut this shit down. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
bye.
Peace.